Chagagamo. Welcome, family, friends, and everyone to our Father's celebration of life. We appreciate you joining us. Today is not a sad day, for nobody lives forever. The most anyone can hope for is a long, full, and rewarding life. Our dad certainly had all those things, and in the end, he left us peacefully and quietly and without trauma. Like everything Dad did, his passing was nearly perfect. The lucky ones among us will tell you that their dad was the best. Fortunate ones like Rena, Vicky, Peter, and myself were amazingly lucky to have an outstanding father. He always put his family first. There was nothing more important to him. Strict when he needed to be and continually kind, generous, and extremely patient and extraordinarily encouraging is how I will remember him. Born in 1930, he was part of the silent generation. Growing up, he taught me to play football and baseball and how to hunt and fish. Dad loved fishing. He'd take me to the H Street Pier, the rocks in Cohasset, the Ware River, or maybe rent a boat in Pemberton. And Mom would always pack us scrambled eggs, cheese, and peppers for lunch. It was delicious. I recall Rena and I racing around the house in the front yard. Dad would race with us, and he'd always win. When it was just Rena and I, the race would begin with him blowing the wrapper off his cigar. And when it hit the ground, we could take off. He was the smartest man I knew. I can't remember a repairman ever being in our home. If something didn't work, he fixed it. If it broke, he repaired it. No research, just the ability and knowledge of how to fix it. And this was long before Google or YouTube. When replacing the floor in the den, he taught me how to measure the door jambs and transfer that to the wood that needs to be cut. He was a firm believer in measure twice, cut once. Dad always measured twice and only cut once. Some of my favorite times were helping him fix things. Even though sometimes I was just holding the flashlight, I felt very important. But most of all, while watching him, I learned how to do things for myself. He was an outside-the-box thinker. Dad's solutions went from by the book to the unusual or even unorthodox, but always inventive. He could do amazing things with just a piece of plastic and a red-hot nail. The way he would improvise was brilliant. I think the TV show MacGyver was inspired by our father. Most of all, I remember him telling stories of growing up, and his deep belly laugh and his smile that was as bright as sunshine. He was always happy to be around family. He was so proud of his children and grandchildren. So proud. Two of my favorite vacations were going down the Intercoastal River with Peter, my brother, and my dad, and when we went to Massachusetts to visit Auntie Kay. Those memories and times together were priceless and precious. He'd always ask, "So how's it going?" And good was never good enough. He wanted details. A favorite saying was, "You plant potatoes, you get potatoes." When someone asked why a child looked like their parents. In troubling situations, another saying was, "This too shall pass." And indeed, everything does pass, even people. Dad had a long, full life, 92 plus years. It was a heck of a ride, and we should focus on that rather than getting caught up in sorrow that he is no longer living with us. I know I will take comfort that he is still with me and within me. Though he may not say words I can hear, his voice will echo in my mind from the many life talks we've ever had over the years. And from those thoughts, really wanted to get through this. I will hear him loud and clear, and he'll probably end it with Chagagamo. Nobody knows what it means, but Dad found it ridiculously amusing. It never got old for him. Say Chagagamo, and Dad would always bust out laughing. When I see him again, I'll say Chagagamo. So everybody, let's give him a laugh. Say it with me. Hey, Pops.
Chagagamo.